What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are working on a Transit 350. She's got a Powerstroke in it, but we have an inner vehicle dynamics problem, which is the ABS light and traction light. If you guys don't know how to diagnose that, I'm going to show you what I have to go through in order to find out why we have ABS lights on. All right, guys, let's do it. Alright guys, welcome back. Thanks so much for checking us out. Make sure to stop down at the bottom. Make sure to hit that like and smash that sub button. Alright, so today we have a 2016 Transit and it's got, I don't know, almost 100,000 miles on it. I don't know, 87,000. This customer brought it in for the ABS and traction control lights on. Now, the DTC that I found was this one here. I have an on-demand DTC for the right front wheel speed sensor. Now, the first step in the diagnostic process is to verify the customer concern. So let's do that. Obviously, if we have on-demand DTCs, we're gonna have the lights on the dash, so concern verified. Well, you guys know some of the things that's going to cause a engine light, an ABS light, whatever light, airbag light, to come on the instrument cluster. We have either a component problem, a wiring problem, or a module problem. So sometimes we have modules. Not a lot, but sometimes we do. Majority of the time we have wiring issues, and then we have the component actual failure. So one of the other things that we have to do after verifying the customer concern is doing an inspection. Look at the vehicle over, maybe put it on a hoist, see if anything's been hit, see if any repairs have been made prior to you. Obviously, if this is a right front wheel speed sensor concern, I'm not gonna go look at the rear wheel speed sensors. I mean, it would be good to inspect them, but obviously with the on-demand DTC and us verifying the customer concern with the lights on, our problem area is the right front. So let's go look at the right front and see if we see anything unusual. All right, we come down here to the wheel. Let's get some light on in here. All right, right off the rip, everything looks to be intact. We have the ABS sensor going into the back of the wheel bearing. See the wire coming up. You can see the wire coming up. It's in its little tethered position. You see the harness going over. You can see it's clipped into there, and then it's going down and going up to the body and into a rubber grommet. Well, let's look at this a little more closer. So you might see this if it was on a hoist, or if you looked a little closer, you guys can see we have an actual broken wire. You see that? The orange wire, or brown wire rather, that brown wire right there is broken. Right there. This brown wire right there on VCA 05, that's broken just a little bit up from connector C160. Well, usually when we have an open circuit, that is what's going to cause our on-demand DTC. So we're going to need to perform a wiring repair and get the test ran again to see if we have a passcodes system. I just want to point this out and show you guys that this may be a common place for this to happen, because this is, I think, the third time I've actually had this, and it looks like maybe that zip tie is causing a chafe spot. So I might actually undercover something on the yellow circuit, being that it's actually really close to the zip tie. So let me bust this out a little bit and take this tether off here so I can bring it down into a little more repairable pair. Alright, after I got this out, and upon further inspection, it looks as though this was supposed to be sitting on here like this. See those rails? Those are supposed to except those rails, and it almost looks like it was pulled off or ripped off. That connector is supposed to slide off those rails. See how that's indented up? So I think this was actually not caused by a component failure, but because somebody or something ripped this off of its locating tab. So you can actually see the wire up in there. I'm going to cut that right by the zip tie. I'm going to make a OE repair. I'm going to see if I can get something fancy here so you guys cannot tell I fixed it. Alright, so here it is, and here is the new one. Yeah, here it is. Look at that. I was able to use the original tape. I orchestrated it quite nice. Got a little tear here. But I was able to unravel it successfully. Soldered just a tiny piece. I didn't want to put a butt connector in here just to make it that much bigger, but this looks like it has not been messed with at all, other than the fact that that didn't want to stick down a little bit, but I'll take care of that. I have it in its original tether, bent the plastic little rails up so that it could slide in there, but I'm going to install this back in, and we're going to run the self-test again and watch our on-demand DTC no longer be present. Alright, key on, computer open. Alright, let's go back to our IDS session and let's rerun the self-test and watch our on-demand DTC go away. Alright, there are no more DTCs in on-demand memory. That means our electrical fault is no longer present. You guys hear me talk about on-demand DTCs, the two different kinds. We have continuous and on-demand and what those both mean. When we have no more on-demand DTC, we know that our problem is no longer present. And that also means that our warning lights are no longer in the instrument cluster. Everything is passed. We have no more codes and no more warning lights on the instrument cluster. The next step would be to do the post-repair road test, but I think you guys can assume what I'm going to find. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. If any of you guys have had a transit like this or a Super Duty causing this type of concern, let me know what you find in the comments. Remember to like, comment, sub, share, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya!